Oh, the poor FPX Gyos. Oh. Wait, Kites isn't in chat? Has Kites overslept again? Damn. Someone go wake him up. Onto the rift for level 1. IG always bring out good Gyos, don't they? Their fan base is very, very large. Often what happens is when you have two series in the same arena, which is the case today, because we have LGD EDG next, which is our top tier of the group Nirvana. Hang on a second. What is happening with the audio desync? Oh, we don't have champion noises again. They'll fix that soon. That's not on us. Okay, no, folks. We gotta really resync that audio. That is not okay. I don't know whether it's on their side or ours, but we're gonna do our best to make sure it's not on our side. 1 second. It should be just restarting now. Do not panic. Don't panic. Should be fine. There we go. Audio's resynced again. Gallo the pack civet. Panic. Ah, no, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's all good. Give yourself, you know, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says, don't panic on the back of it. Pretty fast today. Yeah, no, it doesn't always audio desync. I think it sometimes depends on where the clean feed's coming from. Sometimes. This is in Shanghai, though, so it's normally fine. Gala and Mako. Let's be honest, Sivir, kind of a cheat code for early lane. You just press W, a wave disappears. Disappears. The ricochets are really good at clearing waves early. Mako walks up, slapped a couple of things. Thank you, Vadim, for that emote there, Blade. Thank you for adding that. Good trade from Karen to Rookie. We'll see what Bill Kerr goes towards. And Alexandru in YouTube chat, making the valid point that mana can be a little bit awkward in early levels if you go towards the Leandru's Riftmaker build instead of going towards something like the Malignance. And while I do agree, the problem is Lost Chapter items just are not that strong right now. Not really. Feels a bit bad going towards a lot of last best items all in all. Oh my god, no worries, no worries. I was busy getting coffee, so I wasn't there to notice it myself. Pushing towards the Scion. One of the things which has kept Scion one of the most valuable tanks for a long time now is his ability to push in waves at level 3. His trading is ridiculous at that level. Oh, by the way, update on the horse game, by the way. The Champions meet is currently going. Hey, Sam. 48 months. That's almost a year, Sam. What do you mean? Sam has been subscribed for 48 months. That is about as long as I've been streaming. 4 years. Now, I haven't exactly been the most active streamer during all of that time. But for those of you who've been here during on this journey, particularly over the last 2 years as we've covered LPL action, thank you an awful lot. It helps. Yeah, it's been a hell of a journey, hasn't it? And one which I can hope continues for a very long time. I did my 3 Taurus races already. Yeah, I actually had 5-0 on my first ticket. Then I got beat down a little bit, but I ended up with my Taurus races 14-6, I think, overall. 14-6. Yeah, so it really wasn't too bad. Good knock up there from Mega. Goes into the double-sided Q from the Sivir, and while the trade back is fine, damage onto the Kai'Sa is more important than damage onto the Rakan, who's got pots running in there. Yeah, hang on a second. Good trade back from Dway. That's nice, because that kind of trade back means you do get that HP back onto the AD carry. Nice, isn't it? In fact, the heal blown from Mako. Dway has, worth noting, yeah, Dway has Aftershock and has Ignites. In my first 2, I went 4-1. Nice. Launch the tulips. We've been compromised. Dutch spotted. Windmills engaged. Wait, the Dutch are in chat. Decent trading, pretty decent trading. Yeah, I think it is too. I like, this TVT has been pretty good actually from both sides. You can see the, the opportunities taken by both supports when they were given. Good dodge out there by Rookie. Rookie, how to describe Rookie Sip? Rattled his down. Yeah, I think that Rookie has been on an MVP caliber split, folks. Champions Meet has been a grim reminder of why I never touch gachas with PvP, although I started late, so I guess I can't complain about not being competitive. Yeah, that's just the nature of it. Wade's going to walk up. Does get the chomp down. Hextech Dragon's slowing him, means that he can't actually follow up for the extra auto, which is a bit annoying. Doesn't get that clean trade onto them. I would put Knight slightly ahead of Rookie. Yeah, I mean, the thing about MVP is that sometimes you can bypass the whole who's the best player in role and just say who's the most valuable player. I think the 3 which I put in for shortlist are Knight, Rookie, and JackeyLove. Perhaps Tarzan as well. Yeah, those 4 probably. I think they've been incredible. I think that JackeyLove really has been on great form. And of course, they're the most winningest team within the LPL right now. Dragon will get taken by Invictus Gaming. Way, worth noting, after they beat BLG, Way was very emotional on stage, actually. There's been... What should I say about this? There's been some people talking about the place on that's a minus cannon there, Shy. That's a minus cannon. Wanted to roam down to contest the scuttle, perhaps. But yeah, Way, there's been some stuff said about how Way's time on BLG was and how difficult it was for him. Which makes sense, you know, coming into a very well-performing team. And then doing very well in Summer, then at Worlds not doing so well at all. Way struggled with that. Beating BLG really meant a lot to him, actually, to prove his worth. You know, this guy's an MSI champion. Rookie doesn't need that international. All he needs is to come back to internationals. Exactly, Chelly. And I will, yeah, not speak anything more of the matter until they've actually done that. If they, I feel like they deserve not to be cursed quite just yet. Notice that care is going towards that, Haunting, get on, guys. There's on Fated Ashes first, who will be going towards likely Leandri's first. Unless there's any Blackfire Torch build I've not been aware of. Ooh, good trade there from Rookie. Hang on, Jess, she does have Cleansed. She didn't use it before. If he comes through, has to flash away! And it won't be enough! Rookie solo kill for first blood. We're just talking about him having an MVP caliber split. The man in the mid lane himself leads the proceedings off with blood. 1-0. Great damage calculation. That's the thing about Annie. If you know the trade will last long enough to another Q and another auto attack, you have a lot of extra damage hidden in the back pocket. Is IG confirmed going to Worlds? No, they are not confirmed going towards Worlds just yet. Now the thing is, if they finish top 4 in playoffs, yes, they will be. That's a long way until that point, folks. Long way. Yeah, it can be a hard thing. Be a hard thing getting towards Worlds from LPL. Especially with playoffs meta changes coming through. First grab taken by IG. It looks like there's a contest from FPX. They do have the Kai'Sa level 6. Aurora's not really in position. Care's a little late to the play. Now, if it goes on a little longer, that's not a problem. Way waiting to see if he can get Shadow out the pit, and he does. Now, what that means is that you can potentially look for that kill, that second grub without smite, which they do, and now you can smite fight for the third, which you wouldn't have been able to without that. Goes towards Trundle, 3 grubs to IG. Now, do they look for the fight? They do have the Sivril. There it is. Stun, landing onto Care. He doesn't have a cleanse. He has multiple ways out with a W and an ult, and he won't be able to push any of the buttons. Mako closes that case. Time of death, about 8:49. Care declared deceased around the grub pit. Invictus Gaming get themselves some highway robbery onto the grubs. Why not add some, I'd say manslaughter, but they were actually the murderers then. It's a bunny anyway, so it's not exactly manslaughter, is it? Get all of those list of crimes on their criminal record. IG 2-0, 3 grubs. Oh, sorry, FPX did take 1. Sorry. They did take 1. You know what happens is if you take 2 and the third one goes over to the other team, it still shows the team with the 2 grubs come up in terms of, oh, they claim the objective. It's 2-1, not the 3-0. My bad. What even happened to FPX at Worlds 2021? From what I heard, it was a whole atmosphere issue, wasn't it? Didn't Nogari completely mental boom? Can't believe Trash Way plays. He was very good for IG versus BLG. Now, has he been up and down? Yes. Has he been the reason for some of their losses? Also, yes. Who can you not say that about on IG? Perhaps Rookie, the one person I think has been very consistently on form. I think the Shy's also been up there, you know, but I think that IG, they're a team of very high variance players, which makes them such a beloved team because they're so fun to watch. Not to mention so many accolades between all of them. The Shy, Rookie, all Worlds winners. Way Gala won MSI on RNG. Mako's a Worlds winner from EDG 2021. MSI winner from 2015 as well. Rookie's going to get jumped onto here. Gets a stun onto Cat. The shotgun misses. It doesn't matter. Drake's just going to leave him to death. The support's going to get out of it. The exhaust. Oh, no. Cat, no! Cat hops back. You know those retro games of like asteroids and stuff? You fly off one end of the screen and back into the other? He just slapped himself into an asteroid. What is Cat? Just thought he was out safe. Oh, Cat. Care, another high variance player, by the way. Often more in the downswing than the upswing. Care, what have you done there? Takes an L in the bot lane. Rookie's 3-0. Rookie's 3-0. Took that kill in the side lane against Jatchi. Potential of a flash cycling from IE into mid lane, but doesn't want to hard forks like that into Gala with flash, barrier, ult, and then potential of jungle support roaming up. Rookie has feats of strength. Yeah, not even IG has feats of strength. Rookie has just claimed feats of strength. Went 3-0 in the first 3 kills of the game. Ship trading hard onto the Shy to make sure he goes under turret. That being said, got to clear out that wave anyway. I mean, if you can recall now, it's not a problem. You might look for a dive. There's not that much, hang on, there's not that much mana there. Can he stop the recall? By the way, Sion has one of the highest base HP regens in the game. Does have cloth armor as well. Stops his recall. That might end up being a bit of a problem. Flash away. IE flashes to follow. Even with the slow, he'll go down. The Shy trying to chase up with the clone. Does he have himself the warrior trickster? The Shy, run, run, run! Can't finish off the kill. Will survive. Hop over the pillar. Dre will march into the enemy jungle. Into his own jungle, rather. What do you mean enemy jungle? It's the enemy jungle now. Trundle's there and he'll take him down. A chomp down, the subjugate. Good damage calculation. Dre forced down into the dark waters of the river Styx. Very poetic today, aren't I? Can't think of anything else to say. Rookie pushing in towards that bot side. 2 grubs will take those plates a little more easily. And while the Shy does lose flash and his life on the top side, it's not like he's given that much. Oh, it's the Sion ult. I was wondering what the hell that sound was. There you go. First turret goes over towards the Trundle. No surprises there. Chomps the turret. Rookie gets himself, of course, around for those plates as well. I wonder if Trundle likes the taste of turrets. Okay, first items hit across the board for major roles. Care not at his first item just yet. That's the one big missing factor. The Missing Link. Wasn't there a movie called Missing Link? Wasn't it? Was it an animated? Was it a claymation one? I think it's a claymation one. Alex, what are your top 3 LPL teams right now? Well, that shit. I mean, I don't know if I'd put BLG in it. BLG have looked so poor in the late game. I think I have to say top esports AL IG in some order, and BLG in 4th. I wonder who's the tastiest champion. Well, Ezreal really likes Shyvana. If you know, you know. Never skip leg day, folks. Nope, not giving context for that. But yeah, it says the LPL top 3. I think BLG are 4th. Yeah, they, despite Knight being the best player in the LPL, and I think he is, I just don't think the team is together on a macro sense. This is the consequence of changing out the most important player in a pro roster, jungler. Yeah, Nara's called the Missing Link. Yeah, I know he is, but there was an animated movie about this dude who was like a fairly human-looking ape called the Missing Link. And I think it was I can't remember if it was an Aardman one. I think it was called Missing Link anyway. I think it was an Aardman one. You know, like clay stop motion one. Yeah. AL over BLG. Definitely hard, I agree though. AL, I mean, I guess they got a bit of a fraud win over BLG, but BLG have had so many losses like that. I think you can replicate it. That's the thing. If you think you can replicate it, then it matters. If not, it's a little bit decorative, right? BLG losing late games to AL, you might think at the time of that series, well, does it really work like that? Well, then they did the same thing to IG. IG, when they get towards that late game, a lot better themselves. Shit does have flash, does have ult, gets pumped back by the pillar. Subjugate comes in, ult comes through, hops over it, and tries to get away. I think all this does is extend the death time. You don't tend to run away from a Trundle. And no, you won't be doing that here. Sheer will go down 2-0-1 for Way on the Trundle, who's looking great on the pick so far. One of the highest priority champions in the LPL for a goddamn reason. Rookie dropped an ult on top side for something as well. I guess Care teleported back in. I suppose that might have been the player who was ulted. We were focused on bot lane, of course. We're going to take away some enemy jungle camps. Can't stick around for wolves. We'll get Grombompulus Michael. It would be a good play if Trundle doesn't just press W and run you down. True. Imagine having a meta where if you use your escape tools, you escape. Incredible. Oh, God. Pillar slow landed too? Yep, for sure. Although the pillar slow has been... Is that one of the things which has been nerfed over time? I know the pillar no longer gives you vision. That's one thing. Yep, that's one thing. It used to give you vision in brushes, which is why Trundle support, amongst other reasons, was really, really broken. You'd go Fonts of Life Trundle, spam pillar on people, and use your ult when needed. And you'd be really valuable. I kind of miss Trundle support a little bit. Not hugely, but a little bit. Cat. Trying to get a shotgun out of Fog of War. Does get some value. Has the Leandries, make it jumping forwards. Well, not jumping forwards, has the Ghost. Let's be descriptive here, Alex. Teleport into mid lane from Sheer. Push out that top side. Good stun. Great stun. Wait, CC down. Can't even crash down backwards. Mako. And Rookie find another 4-0. Rookie is so fed. Jumping in towards mid lane. Cat is going to get CC'd up again. Drives it into the turret, but perhaps it's a one-way trip. Has Flash, has ults. Will he have to use either of them? The Shy looking forward again. Flash forwards, and the redemption would have killed him anyway. Cat goes down. Should have used that ultimate. Sivir ultimate. Going to keep IE safe. Will flash away. I'll keep it. Sivir ult, not keep him safe. The flash will keep IE safe from Sivir ultimate. That's words. Words. First game of the day. Huh. That Herald was... By the way, folks, I think Mako's had a fantastic early game. I think Mako has been very on point. Reaction time on point. Very good W accuracy. Now twinning on to 5 of our 7 kills. Have the 2 other kills been solo kills? No, one of them was in the bot side. That was the top jungle play where they killed Sheer, and the other one was the solo kill from Rookie. So he's been involved in the grand majority of the kills that weren't his, teammates playing really well at League of Legends, What is this? Can't believe trash Way plays again FPX. What do you mean? Way has been good this game. Alex, for someone from England that was surprisingly bad in Glando. Yeah, I thought that was bad English too, but no, every once in a while I'm allowed to say bad things. No, not say bad things. Say things badly. You see, that was saying things badly right there. That was the replay as Cat didn't use the ultimate. Used the flash in a slightly inopportune way. Care now down 2.5k gold. Rookie at Malignance Leandries, not Milandries. Tips Fedora, Milandries. Are you going for a Cyclone? But there's a redemption. That feels like I don't know, a stiff breeze rather than a really good Cyclone. Does he use the second charge of the Cyclone onto the Shy? Now the Shy might actually be dead. They'll chase him down. There's no way he's going to escape this one. Doesn't have an option to use his ultimate. Pushing in the mid lane though. Remember, 2 grubs for IG means that they push towers faster. FPX will push in towards bot lane at the same time. Shotgun spell shielded by Gala. Should be a turret for FPX down on the bot side of the map. They should be able to take that bot lane outer turret. However, what are they giving up? They're giving up bits and pieces of farm. Wave being pushed into top lane. And the tower, is it likely taken? Yes, it is. There's no one even roaming over. They'll be able to stick around for the extra auto attacks needed. Very quick tower kill. So it'll be inner turret for outer turret. Wave lost on both sides. Objective bounty for FPX. Okay, but FPX managed to stick around in mid lane too. That's a mistake from IG, I think. I don't think they had to give up mid lane turret. 2 objective bounties? Now, that's not as valuable. Now, you see, IG might have wanted to stay on top side because of Atakan's spawning. Mako on an extended flank as well. Spot out with a great blue trinket, though. Can find a way out. There's a cleanse on chat sheet. Might have to blow it. Knocked up. Cleanses. Flashes. Doesn't have an ult angle. Wait. Gets himself out, but you can't. Your jungler's already dead. Your jungler's already dead. Rookie doesn't get hit by the Aurora ultimate. Sheer is in to the play, whereas the Shy has himself the ultimate. And he'll slam right on to Care. Double kill for Way. Sheer, Care not able to make the difference. The Shy, like a literal freight train, flies into the backside of the fight. FPX, they take themselves 2 turrets, but on the retreat, hunted down by IG. They'll lose themselves a camp as well in that blue buff. The Shy will pick that one up. And IG take a huge fight in the bot side of the fight. Take a huge fight in the bot side of the fight. A huge fight in the bot side of the map. What is happening? I need more. I obviously need more caffeine. Jachi caught out. Doesn't cleanse. Maybe could have cleansed Flash. Give himself some more HP to play around. Doesn't have the ultimate, though, at this whole time. Used it for everything. And we're looking at Gala here. How low does he get? And hovering over that HP bar. He gets hit by everything. Jesus! 360. Drops below 395. 82. 82 HP, the lowest he gets to. Gala getting hit by a ton of skills. They just can't kill him. Just can't kill him. I feel sad for Milky Way. This guy's definitely one of the best junglers in LPL. He doesn't even get to play that much. Milky Way has some, like, allegations he's got to clean up right now in terms of competitive fair play. So legally, he has to really clear that because there was a whistleblower which provided some information. Until that's resolved, it makes sense that he shouldn't be able to play, right? Nor should be able to. It makes sense that FPX are playing it carefully. Atacon will be taken by IG on the top side of the map. Milky Way never became the best jungler in LPL. Who's saying that's so stupid? In his debut split, I think you can argue it. After that, I think it's much more flimsy, so it's a bit of a one-split wonder, but I do think you can argue that for his first split. I think you could argue he was up there as best or perhaps second best. Dragon now spawning in 10 seconds. IG have focused on top side for a little bit, which means that they're not really in position. Subjugate blown onto Sheer here. He does have his ultimate. He does have his flash. He has to blow the ult first. Wait! Flash is after him. Completely destroys him. Completely destroys him. Sheer goes down, looking for a flank, but Wei is too strong for him to escape from. Now in a 4v5, FPX will have to fight against the Mountain Soul potential. I don't think they can even look for it. They'll give over the Mountain Soul. FPX not setting up well on the bot side, despite the fact that IG had given so much of that bot side control over. They were around taking Atacon instead. Went on bot side to get vision and push in, what have you. Find out Sheer, and Wei has had a monster game on the Trundle. It's either him or Rookie really going towards that MVP for this first game. Perhaps Mako as well. IU has Flash, has Cyclone. Can't find himself an engage here. What is his petal difference? Bloody hell, I didn't even realize that. 40 petals to 5. Typically, the losing team gets more petals because the petals spawn on their side of the map, typically. Because they're dying more. They're dying on their side of the map, which means that when the flowers spawn, they have a chance more easily to pick them up. Then, of course, Atacon picks up the rest across the map. IG have been picking them up pretty well. 40 to 5, though. So every 10 petals is about, what, 1,000 gold of value? Call it 1250 for the 25% bonus from Atacon. So you've arguably got, wait, so 35 up. 3 times 1250, that's 375. Add an extra 5 on there of 750. That's yeah, about 4,500 gold there from IG up. About 4,500 gold. Ain't that tasty? $4,500 gold, despite, and that's added onto a Mountain Soul, which is on a team with double tanks, which is, you know, even more valuable. Call that another 5,000 gold, or how much you want to put onto it. And then you have the actual gold itself, which is about 7,000. So you add all that together, that's going to... Whoa! Flashing in, but the slapback is good. FPX fire themselves into the backline, but the Shy's Q is monstrous. The devastating slam. Jachi flying into the backline, and Rookie doesn't die. Rookie lives. They cannot kill the Annie cleanly. They finally will commit an extra member, but it costs FPX the entirety of their team. FPX will lose 5, and while only claiming Rookie in return. The tower will fall. IG will march in towards the base. FPX, only 3 kills in 25 minutes. We don't even get to reach the 3-item civet or anything like that. 2.5 items will be enough. IG, will they end the game here? I don't think they end the game. I don't think they end the game. They'll take the 2 inhibitor turrets, but with the respawns on Care and Jachi coming up, they won't risk it. They'll take their dues. Now 11,000-ish gold ahead. They were too far behind to make that work, but I respect their play. I think the slapback was great, you know. Rookie going for a quick stun. FPX slamming Jway and Sheer into the backline. It's not that bad. Yeah, on the whole, it's not that bad. You know, flash for the Tibbers and immediately flash in from jungle support. That is actually an incredible engage from FPX. because they managed to flash over the Tibbers and use that as their own engaged timing as well. They're just too far behind. Cat commits himself as flash. They probably would have died anyway, so it goes down for a heroic 1-for-1. Rookie, close towards his own Bloodletters or Rift Makers now, if he so wishes. FPX, I mean, they got 2 items, but they are down a full item onto the entire enemy team. Even the jungles are 3 items. He's got Spirit Visage and Deadman's. He's got the move speed from Deadman's. If he pops his ult, the heal, he is currently 1v4. Yeah, and those items, they make a difference, don't they? Don't they indeed? Wait, it's pretty much solo kills in a 1v4 the enemy jungler and goes straight back into frontlining. It's not bad from Cat. Jump onto the backline. Sheer connecting onto Rookie. Just can't get that much, but he's found himself out of position. Rookie, no flash. Can he chase down for a stun? No, not quite. Even with the Sivir ultimate, we'll march in towards mid lane. IG, they don't even need a Baron because Baron only spawned a minute ago. Only spawned 2 minutes ago. IG, destruction. A clean game from them. Combo onto Jatchi, loses almost all of his HP there. It's a slow burn build. It's not even a burst build from the Annie. Waves pushed in across the board. Catch trying to wave play. Uses his cube to the side. I mean, I guess he could have tried to kill the minions. Perhaps it's a little futile. Pillar knocks him out of the W, and between worlds he will go. Except it shall be to the underworld. IG, destruction in game 1. A hard-pressed choice to find who's MVP between, I think, Wei, Rookie, and Mako. The Nexus will fall, and FPX will only find 3 kills in 27.5 minutes. IG, clean as you like. Well, there you have it. That's the Halo Blades Echo tech. So Kayle will be going for early points in E, or an early point in E. Using that to jump over Azir's soldiers, and then try and get a heavy Halo Blades trade, activate Echo passive, and run out with it. We used to see this into Syndra as well. The whole idea is that you're meant to get away from the first kind of soldier. It means that you can't really trade back that well. Rookie needed to go PTA to win level 1. You'd be surprised how good Lethal Tempo is at the level 1, actually. Yep, we get an Echo. Yep, there's an Echo mid-game. Always love this tech. Walking up onto top side. Ah, he's trying to walk around the back of the lane. Did they spot him? They have now. Yeah, Cat, my dude, you have just been spotted. That's just... Hang on a second. We've got a little bit of desync in the audio. We'll make sure that's fixed. 1 second. You might jump forward quite quickly here. We need to make sure this is sorted pretty quickly. Hopefully should be back now. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Yeah, what we see that is the jump forwards with the E start. I just wanted to make sure the audio was resynced. And we're good. Oh my god, now we get Chicken Jatchi. Chicken Jatchi. So we had Chicken Jackie. Now we have Chicken Jatchi. Oh my god, let's go. Good stuff. Reminder, folks, that after this series we have one of our top tier Nirvana matchups with EDG versus LGD. Jump forwards again, gets the Q on target. Yeah, look how quick you get that passive down. The whole idea with this is that you're just meant to escape the Azir soldiers for as long as possible, especially since Azir doesn't put that many points into Q anymore, because you need it for the W DPS. Ooh. Nice, Halo Blades again there. Tanking up the last bit with the W shield. Really good trading from Care. Really good trading. Wait. Going on towards his Krugs. Ayu's up here. Of course, doesn't want to dash into the Poppy. This way have the W up unavailable. Guess not. Activates that phase rush. Wall stun onto the Gwen. Oh, Sheer, what have you done? Sheer dashes over the wall, puts himself into range of the wall stun, and is now all on IE to somehow get out of this. Flash away, the phase rush. Not enough. Wei slaps him in the face as the Shy claims the kill. Wei massively outplaying. Sheer puts himself right next to a wall for the wall stun and dies horribly. Dies horribly indeed. Wei outplaying an FPX, lose 2 kills through topside, despite the fact that this mid lane matchup was actually going okay for them. So that Kaz actually drops a lot of CS, needs to really keep an eye on that. But what is Sheer thinking here? What is he thinking? He dashes over the wall to just get wall stunned. What's the thought here? He doesn't have the W, by the way. He's gone 2 points in the queue, which is why IE feels safe to invade like this. Was wondering whether he'd hold on to that third point, but I guess at level 3 you can't really afford to. You need to go for the quickest clear speed possible. So even with the anti-dash not available, Sheer, my dude. Now, for a player that I thought was one of the very best top laners within the LPL last year, Sheer has had a difficult year, folks. No longer on JDG. Him and Flandre are both leaving the organization, actually. Sheer was looking awesome for his first year. I actually think he was Rookie of the Year. I think that the skills he showed, learning how to play top lane in a lane swap meta, very, very difficult. Jumping forward, Thrawn passive coming through. And that's not quite the wall stun. Is it enough? Jachi has barrier, has flash, holds on to both. IG will not get themselves the kill, but they will get themselves massive control. Massive, massive control. Pushing in that wave, Gala can recall for his first back of the game. He's still only like 16. Look, I know there's a lot of jokes about that. I'm not actually sure what officially is the case. Obviously, I'm not. Otherwise, yeah, whatever. Obviously, there were some allegations of that, but as far as I'm aware, it's only ever been speculation, and we've never seen anything concrete about it. Yeah. Halo Blaze trading again. Has level 6 slightly early, actually. Now means he can take even harder trades, potentially ult back onto him. Now what the Azir needs to be very careful of is if Echo jumps forwards and then Rookie chases him back, he can walk over the shadow, and if he's already used his E for shield midway through combat, then Care can get himself effectively a free ult onto him. And Echo ultimate does so much work. You can see here, actually, he's holding onto the point in his ult so he can hide where his shadow is. He wants to hide where his shadow is so he can potentially get that first sneak ultimate of the game. Care's obviously put time into the Echo to learn the tech. Ah, Red Bull gives you wings. Surprised Mako didn't just shield the Q to mess over Care's wave control. I mean, I don't know whether he had it on cooldown or not, but yeah. Equalizer to clear the wave. He was looking for a dive potentially up here. Not Sheer. Yeah, Equalizer to clear. Did I say Sheer clears the wave? The Shy clears the wave. The Sheer. The Sheer. By the way, Angel, thank you for the super chat though. For the $1 over in YouTube. IG with 1,000 gold lead at 7 minutes. Ow. Through top jungle. Of course, that skirmish going very poorly for FPX early. And Care also hasn't got that much done. Oh, it's the Poppy and Nivea. It's not Poppy and Nivea combo. Poppy Azir combo, not Poppy and Nivea. You could have Albus Nox Luna. Care forced to ult backwards. If he hadn't, probably would die in the duration of that CC, actually. One of the dangerous things about Azir Poppy is that the Azir can give free wall for wall stun for Poppy to use. Rookie doing, you know, well to keep up in farm. The Azir sometimes does get blasted in this lane. And while the early levels don't look fantastic, right, he's done very well beyond that point. Also like what he does there to stack up lethal tempo and then use the lethal tempo before it falls off to clear the wave. By the way, I will get hydrated, by the way, Cubitus, I will do. Thank you for the hydration. This is the first time Echo has been picked? No. Funnily enough, free ship. It's not the first time. Saber and Ultra Prime played a game of it earlier this split. It's only the second time it's been played, though, since, I think, 2023. Want me to hop in for this game and test remote casting? Also, do you get hydrated? Sam, if you want to hop in, if you'd like to, we can try some in. Yeah, sure. I need to open up Discord real quick. Yeah, we can do, Sam, if you'd like. I figured out how to do it with Rafa the other day. I'll need to figure out how to balance things. Remember, you won't have a filter on your microphone as well. Hang on a second. Jump up towards that top side, and the dash is cancelled out, and the clean feed has died. The clean feed has died. Where have you gone? Oh, video of mine. Where are you? Where have you gone? Why are you turning off the video as the kills are coming through? What is happening? Give me back my clean feed. Where is my clean feed? Where are you? What has happened? What has happened? Clean feed. There was... What happened there? Something happened in topside. I cannot tell you what happened. This side actually panicked. What actually happened there? I believe Gala died. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and Sam's got... For God's sake, it's not gone into stream mode either. Very, very unhelpful. Hello, Sam. How's it going?
Did I pick the wrong moment?
Yeah, very much the wrong moment, Sam. Stream mode wasn't on Discord. Everyone's thinking that they got their own Discord call. That is not the case. You have not been Discord call. It's happening on this stream. I am so sorry. Hello, Sam. How's it going? God, that is an absolute nightmare. This is the problem with not having an official broadcast, folks. Sometimes you get absolute clown production moments for myself like this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, Sam. You should have absolutely done that, Sam. Yeah, that would have been very, very helpful. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everyone. All good. Well, that should be now working, Sam. I hope. I really hope so.
It is. It is absolutely working.
Perfect. Now, folks in chat, you're going to have to tell me what balance is like. If I ever have to change volumes, Sam's feed is going to die because I'm going to have to click off of the preview. So we're going to have... Look, production is going to be very basic for the next while, folks. I can't believe... I just cannot believe feed died. Discord call goes out to everyone watching.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
All good. Anyway, how are you doing, Sam? Welcome on. Welcome back on.
I'm doing very well. I was a little late this morning, so I had breakfast with Mum and Dad. Very nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then I saw a little stream. Oh, come and test out some of this remote broadcasting. Get a little bit of gaming. Say hello to you.
Yeah, well, it's
and say hello to chat.
Yeah, we haven't done an God, Sam. You know this is gonna be so strange. This is the first time that both of us will have had game audio casting LPL. Because when we cast normally, I really should have got a headphone splitter at some point. But basically, yeah, one of us has headphones, the other one doesn't, and the Q misses the cannon there. Oops, whatever. He'll get another chance to kill it. But yeah, we have the Echo, Sam, and typically it's meant to get an early advantage through Halo Blade's E-start in lane. It's not really been able to do so. I'm a little bit worried now that you've now picked quad melee into Poppy, Braum, with a Rumble also burning you in the meat grinder.
That does sound quite miserable. I'm also saying it's lollipoppy, so the aura farming that Wei is doing right now and the horror he is inspiring in the hearts of mortal men around the world is a bit beyond what I feel like FPX can manage.
That tends to be a problem with IG in general, Sam. Even when they lose, they aura farm so hard. Because they lose so spectacularly too, that it's very hard to escape the aura. First game, did you manage to catch most of the first game, Sam? Because it was...
I did, yeah. I did catch some of the scenes that were on the Rift, yes.
It was definitely a game of all time. Kara's also now getting out-traded by Wei.
I wonder whether he's going to be forced to ult there, but I think Wei just ran out of cooldowns a little bit. Sundered Sky on Poppy is a surprisingly nasty spike, especially if you get your full combo off with the Butler and the shield done.
I'm going to have to quickly go change some audio very quickly, Sam, so don't go panicking.
That's
not
fine.
too much. Not going too much. Okay, then Sam, you're going to have to cast this team fight here.
Yeah, Mako's going to get down the Glacial Fissure, and there's an ult away, but unfortunately the damage is kind of done. Mako is dead, but IE might now also be the triple. Triangle Daisy charge back in, kind of slightly out of range of the culling. It ended up in a bit of an awkward angle, but the kill secured nonetheless. Ends up being the 1-for-1 as Jachi and Dwayne do step forwards and find some poke here and there, but can't quite do it. And again, FPX have been struggling. 1 and 10 has not been a fun time in this upper group. Sheer also now being burned alive by the show. Just literally pressed the SP with the flame spitter on and burned people alive.
And yeah, the Shy getting that early kill has kept him ahead of the game. IG did manage to kill the jungler while Dragon's alive, so IG will go over and take that. I think Wei has had a great series so far. Trundle in game 1, I think was...
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit robbed of MVP in game 1, just a little bit, because look, Rookie was really, really good, but Wei was doing some disgusting things on Trundle. And right here again, he's out-jungled IE. He out-fought him in the first skirmish of the game. 1-0-2, bullying off Care. I think he's playing very well on an individual level right now. I think IG, you know, it was a risk for them replacing JJ with Wei. Of course, JJ has now left IG totally. Say that, might have cursed him a little bit. Gonna walk into Care.
No way. sees it. What looks to be a 1v3, has got no flash. Is hitting a parallel convergence. There's still the ability to chrono shift away, where we'll try and heroic charge towards someone like Rookie to give him some support. Jachi will throw out some rockets, and actually he's just able to walk away as Rookie helps put down some soldiers and says, yeah, you just don't have the damage. You've got an alternator and a dream, mate.
Yeah, and, well, Echo's got some decently high base damages. Not really gonna be able to chase down the Phase Rush Poppy just like that. And, yeah, some questions over in Onovia's chat. Is this a co-stream? Technically, yes, this is a co-stream. We're professional casters, so we cast it like we'd normally cast it. We hope you enjoy the experience.
Professional co-stream cast.
Yeah, and if you, by the way, this is the thing in general. If you're watching the LPL anywhere right now, it is always a co-stream. There is actually no official broadcast. Ult's pulled in mid lane.
I think Mako might be in trouble just about out to safety. Now, actually, Dway and Jachi in a little bit of danger, but the double shields come on down, keeps one alive. But oh my god, the Shy's got a solo kill elsewhere as the Nautilus also was Rookie has TP'd in, looking for the shuffle, but a good crashing off Mai buys some time. But that's all I think it will be. The present just wide. Piercing Light will claim the jungler in the end. And FPX lose 3.
Rule of thumb for Invictus Gaming. If you think that should be it, you're probably wrong. There's always something random about it. If this Shy will even teleport out as Cal looked to try and pick him up, he doesn't find him. He uses the protocol, will not find his quarry. He's teleported away. The Shy 201, 1,300 gold up. And IG, they just make absolute cinema out of it. Sheer chooses this fight and dunks himself exactly onto the equalizer. That is a horrible, horrible place to find himself. He chose that fight and gets decked. Then we go into the mid lane where, you know, of course, all of this extra stuff is happening. And the Braum shield goes up. Mako very nearly dies. This is the worst thing about this skin, by the way. Chicken Jachi be die. Just be damned. The Gatling gun is so loud. This Gatling gun is so loud. This skin is going to kill my eardrums. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah, people are dying. I could analyze the clip.
You do get breakfast every time you press W, though.
Are they eggs?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
He dropped fried eggs.
My favorite thing is that we have Chicken Jackie for Jackie Love when he plays the skin. And now we have Chicken Jachi, Sam.
Oh, stop it.
I'm telling you, it's Chicken Jachi.
Oh, no.
Sam, I never even watched the Minecraft movie. I likely never will. And yet, that one quote.
You know what we're going to do on next movie night, Alex?
That's true. Oh my god, we should watch Minecraft movies for next movie night. Wonderful.
Hey, I'm just saying, chat out. If you join the Discord, you too can join the movie night.
Yeah, we do occasionally do movie nights in Discord.
We can talk about Chicken Jachi together.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, flash forward to Shy.
And hang on, now he's come out of the Herald as well. The phase dive coming on forwards alongside the
wins these! He wins these!
It's a 1v2! And the Shy takes them both out! Mid lane, violence commencing, passive from Braum across both members! It's a double freeze, there come the fried eggs, but splat goes Jachi! Wait, it's a double! He does! Chicken Jachi bot side! Shuffle comes in cinema! And it's directed by Michael Bay!
IG have aced FPX and are 16 minutes into the game! What has happened?
In 3 lanes at once! 3 lanes at once!
IG have aced FPX across 3 lanes at 16 minutes into the game. Ridiculous. The most entertaining team in the world. The Shy, double kills under top turret. Mid lane, shit blows up. It's not looking much better in the bot lane. What are we replaying? We're replaying the top play because the Shy has roasted the Phoenix over an open fire. Awesome trade onto Cap. Avoids the W, that's now off cooldown. And now with the Herald coming into turret, yeah, he's under threat, but he realizes, I can make sure you can't dive. If the Echo ultimate is gone, you can't reset tower aggro. And yet FPX go for it anyway. The burn comes through, the Shy knows there's no Echo ultimate to reset on Protect, and things go wild. Then in mid lane, I think actually Dwight gets a decent engage past the Corky thing is going again. And I don't care, it gives you breakfast. That is such a loud Gatling gun. Jachi somehow turns it back around. 2 for 2, 4 people dead in mid lane.
Of course, you come down towards this bot lane where Wei and Sheer have a bit of a tete-a-tete until Rookie says, I can walk beyond the turret, you know, and then Saw.
Yeah, look, Sheer is very, very anemic this game. 2.5k down. The Shy,
yes.
Just what can he do? Fight in the mid lane, actual team fight now.
Oh, Glacial Fissure does come on down, but not before Wei dies. That's nicely picked up there by the Echo necessary, but the Equalizer is going to split them away from the turret. They can't retreat. They're all taking so much damage, and the Shy is exhausted. It means absolutely nothing. Barbecue over an open fire, Ned. Get away with it. IG Horde on an open mid lane.
Is that like if Game of Thrones was King of the Hill? Like House Propane products.
House Propane. Propane nightmares coming across. You think every time Rumble presses E, you just get some Pendulum playing.
Oh my god, for those of you who didn't listen, the era of Pendulum Propane nightmares, that was fantastic. Anyway, dragons get taken. Objective bounties available for FPX now. Reminder folks, first round robin, FPX 2-0'd IG. It was very unexpected. It was FPX's one series win. You go basically a month later and IG are humiliating FPX here. This is not close. FPX, they have had to kind of emergency change in IE again because of some allegations about Milky Way. Now, he is fighting that legally. We're making any comments as to whether that's true or not, of course. I think it's our place to do so. But it has left FPX...
Left, right?
Yeah, but it means that FPX are not fielding Milky Way. And how the hell, as a team, do you deal with junglers being switched in and out? FPX... By the way, FPX have had technically as many jungle changes as BLG this year because they've changed the same players in and out, but they've been changing, basically the same amount of players in and out. You've had basically 5 jungle swaps between 2 or 3 players, Sorrow at the start of the year, and then everything else. And changing jungler is a very, very difficult thing to do. Atakan is now spawned. IG will very likely go towards that and see if they can build up an extra advantage. Can they force the Echo ultimate?
Try. Phase dive away, not going to leave too much, but at the minute they're just 2-manning Atacom with their solo lanes. They're burning through it so damn fast. Cutting Leandri's 2-item Rumble. It's gone.
It's absolutely gone. You have Azir, you have Rumble. Fantastic objective damage. The Atacom will go down quickly. There's no dragon on the other side to respond to, and FPX, they might have just been a little slow towards this top side of the map. I was even wondering whether they'd get caught on the retreat there. IG were potentially getting everything there. It's not as big a petal advantage as they had last game. By the way, last game it was 40 petals to 5 for IG. So about,
God.
So, about, I think with the 25% extra added value, about, 4,500 extra gold for them. All things said and done. Right here is 26 to 17. Still probably about an extra 1,250 gold ahead in terms of stats from the petals.
Wait, looking there. Might actually get Carlo into some danger. That charge comes on through. They do just blow up Rookie. That's not bad. Does it lead to all that much more, though? A single kill is not an objective. It's not a game win. Wait.
Do you have 3 grubs?
Yeah, the Shy goes on forward with the Rocket Belt. They're beginning to turn around. The Glacial Fissure is to an Equalizer. Yes, there is. Knock away onto that Echo, who could potentially rejoin with the ultimate. How far's Chunk Jachi in particular left on about a third? IE also ends up hitting with the Electro Harpoon. The Shy chunk to about 10%, maybe to back away, doesn't have a teleport. And FPX, that's not bad actually in terms of the health bar advantages. And of course got that man advantage courtesy of Rookie being dropped in the play.
Yeah, no, of what you were saying before about them not really being able to get that much else besides the kill, though, that does ring true. They tried to stick around to use 3 grubs onto the tower. They do have those 3 grubs, very important for them. But FPS can't quite manage to do so. I think Dway has had a good Naught this game. He's been flash ulting and catching multiple carries multiple times now. His actual mechanical play around the mid lane has been very effective on the Nautilus. It's just now they're very far behind. I think ever since that skirmish went wrong on the top side where, Wei and the Shy both walked away with an early kill and FPX died in top jungle, they've been playing from a losing standpoint. They have a quad melee team into a bunch of anti-melee champions.
Phase dive comes on through alongside the parallel conversion, still an ult potentially used from Care, who is now surely going to be forced to use it, and is, but Rookie has got behind him, he's got soldiers to work, but he sends them forward. He commands them to attack, and Echo's brought low. No chance to rewind that timeline.
Yeah, and, Care really needed to get his ult on target to have any help of winning that fight. Doesn't manage to do so. Yes, he's got a strong item core of the Protobelt Lichbane. Can't get himself enough damage there. And this supposed counterpick of the Echo into the Azir. It's not working into Rookie's Azir. Clean kill for himself there. Minute till Dragon, IG. They could get themselves the Chemtech Soul. FPX, let's be honest, they don't want to give him any extra added value now. They'll have to deny that somehow.
Jachi's just had his Valkyrie counter. He's in a lot of danger as the shields come up from the barrier and the locket. The passive does Mako down onto the core key. Forced to retreat. They're down about half HP as the Shy forces IE out of his own jungle. They are now going to be forced to retreat a little bit from that tier 1 turret, and IG can go look towards that Chem Dragon that will be sold for them in about 50 seconds. They just lost Prio in mid and their jungle.
Exactly. Taking all those chunks in that fight Doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, they lose the dragon straight up, but they lose the battle for vision just before it. IG, they can back off now. You see Rookie, he's going to have enough time to recall, potentially get himself to Seeker's Arm Guards. He might want that for this fight coming in. You see Gala, you know, 2.5 items. He's in a happy standpoint too. Yes, actually similar point of power on the other side, but really, you look at this top jungle and you think, that's a problem. This Rumble can absolutely slaughter you. Has a proto belt for target access amongst everything else. Rookie actually upgrades his boots instead of getting himself a Seekers. Wants to possess that raw DPS. Now pushing over this mid lane. IG, do you have Rumble in the bot river already? Let's see what angle the Shy can find on this 5-kill champion.
For something if they can. Again, the gold leads. The bot side of the map not so bad, but Wei and the Shy are so ahead. That has become a problem. Now the Dragon started, i.e. with Flash, with E can get in, but Rookie and Dway and Mako all trading out. They're going to try and keep that. Shinzo in danger as they body block for getting over the wall. Soul secured. IE left though. The equalizer after the Crescent Guard times out. Burning his IE does flash out to safety, but is required to do so.
The Shy, good equalizer over the wall. Now, this might open up an angle. If they get a good enough fight, they could go towards a Baron. FPX needs to be careful here.
Oh, W again denies Dway's access with the Dredge line. They get the stun on the wall onto K, who gets no chance to chrono shift. Another kill towards Way. Mid lane now precarious enough that Jack has to leave it. They'll get another turret.
Well, I mean, they're going to get themselves a push in bot lane and in mid lane. They can go straight towards Baron. They have the Azir with 2 items and the upgraded boots. The Shy can walk up as well and some DPS. FPX, they must have sirens blaring. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to answer this at all? Surely they have to contest. I guess they can't. FPX are just going to give up a Baron as well.
Stolen Baron. He's still at half HP. Definitely trying to get a one, but the Shy's going to come on over. Remember, he doesn't have Flash. He doesn't have ult. It's just a dead Shinzao.
6 kills for the Rumble. The Shy has taken this game by the scruff of the neck and made it IG's. Dragon Soul for them. Baron for them. A 6-kill Rumble. He's gone for proto belt so he can be like an assassin melee auto attacker. What can't this guy do? It starts with a huge trade onto IU at the retreat from the Dragon, and I swear to God that Gatling gun is going to be. It's gonna make my tinnitus even worse. Well, he gets a great wall stun here, and it means that Care on the flank angle gets to get nothing done. Sadly. And then that opens up this angle towards the Baron. Now IG have a 5-person Baron pushing in across the map. 6,000 gold lead, Chemtech Soul, a 10-stack Medjai's on Rumble, so he's even faster at walking at you. There is no good news for FPX here.
It's looking rough. And look, there was a point where he said, look, actually, why a gold lead for this Corki? The Echo managed to stay even with the Azir, despite some of the early plays. And then you look at the jungle discrepancy. And then you look at the top lane discrepancy, and you go, oh yeah, and the petals, and the dragons, and the map state, and it just doesn't get easier. Maybe if you can kill the Rumble, get the pick onto
Teleport
them,
behind.
things might change. Teleport behind, but they've still got the Sun Disc up. Good body block with the
Rookie.
way, but a shuffle on 4 shoves them all under the turret. It's all going a little wrong. They do manage to bring down Way, but it's going to come at a cost of 2 already. Janchi down, IE down, Sheer down, the whole of FPX. You guessed it, down.
IG, a clean up 5 for 1. Their jungler the only casualty, and I think you'll call that a worthy trade. This'll be probably, well, it's at least an inhibitor. I think they'll go for the game here. They have so much auto attack damage. Remember, they have an Azir. No grubs, no problem.
It's done. It's surely done. They've got so much AP, so many items, and with 15 seconds still on Jachi, this is IG. When have they ever been anything but aggressive? There is no shyness in their name, except for in the top lane. And somehow, someway, one fight, it's over. Invictus Gaming, absolutely flat.
Let's see if we have any JOs. Some muted gyres in the background there.
全军出击!
You know what I might do? I'm spitballing things. I'll have to talk about it with Sam. Sam and I have obviously got this thing going on with League Mastery. It's a sponsor for the stream where we're going to do some caster course stuff. I wonder if eventually that could become something where I mean, I don't want to promise anything because I think that would be unfair to people and to kind of ourselves too. But I mean, if there are some promising people who start to show something through those courses, might invite them onto LPL actually. Give them a chance to like practice their stuff in a live environment, I suppose. That'd be quite fun. Oh, Sivir, how I hate your early laning phase. I like Sivir as a champion. That is a hook. Only the Pokemon God of Space could land that. Yes, he gets blasted on the way back, but come on. There is no way there wasn't like some space manipulation there from Palkia to do that. Come on. Cast Apprentice? I mean, it would just be a nice way to kind of give something on, my dude. That's not great, actually. Love it. Oh, Sivir laning phase. Spell should land as well. The hook on the other side. They're not the hook, the root. And despite that hook, I mean, Sivir, wasn't called Nico, have done some disgusting things. He lands. Not bad there, actually. Gets a good trade. The thing with the Silas is that you're okay dropping in bits and pieces of CS. If Silas gets a good enough HP lead, when you push into him, he jumps beyond the wave and kills you. Sounds like a cool idea. I mean, it'd be nice to have a think about, right? And like, technically that option is available for people who I think, you know, who I have a rapport with. And, oh, that's a good route there as well, actually. And YCX has had a great laning phase here already. Got hit by that hook, but managed to chase things down onto Palkia. Maybe got a little bit overhyped with the Nautilus. We get some interesting stuff happening already. Arn's going to recall. He has teleport, given that he's, you know, poke Varus. He's going to teleport back top lane. We're going to have a very early lane swap coming through. CDZ teleported bot side. Arn teleports top side. They can hold the wave here if they need to as well. If they can stop this recall, that's pretty big. Because that means that the Rumble is going to be low. He's going to be later to the bot side of the map now. Now, I want to see what ZDZ does, because you know that Rumble's been delayed. He's going to be, how late? An extra 10 seconds late or something? You can't... You're not going to punish him on bot side because Xiaohao's on top side. The wave's frozen, though. Rumble's going to have to teleport in and shove out that wave. He's going to be late to do so. ZDZ... I mean, it's a level 4 Rumble. He does actually have a bit of wave clear now. Level 3 Rumble doesn't. You need 2 points in your queue to have enough wave clear. Look onto YCX. He's going for comment, not spell, but yeah, that's a good point, actually. Savior's on top side. Jump out of the brush. Xiaohao's find him. And they get themselves the damage they need. Flashing forwards. YCX caught out. And despite his good early lane, cannot survive that. Savior. Good damage onto him. Spell shield not achieving much there. And he's lost all his HP. This is horrible for LGD. They've just tried to recoup the farm in this lane swap scenario. The most important thing about lane swaps is getting to the wave at the right timing. Now we're going to have Savior in a bit of an awkward spot. Luckily, he can stay in lane. If he couldn't, it would have been just awful. On the bot side of the map, ZDZ, he can slow push in this wave. LGD... They need to recall this Sivir at some point. She doesn't have the staying power at this kind of HP with no pots and no mana. She'll push that in. Varus is going to collect the top wave. He'll lose, what, 2 minions maybe max? Given where he is on the wave. Even though he's 10 CS behind, he's going to be completely fine picking up this wave on top side. That should even up a lot of it. Top lane's doing fine. And Savior just looks a little bit lost on the map. YCX out on the map here already. Raptor's taken by Xiaohao here. We'll spot LGD walking into his jungle, I think, just a little bit there. Varus, what's he doing with his wave on top side? Does he want to shove it out and make sure that someone has to respond? Ornn on the other side, doing fine, recouping farm versus Sassy. I think we do have a quick audio resync, folks. I'm just desync. I'm just going to quickly do that again. It's been a bit of a problem today, actually. 1 second, folks. 1 second. We'll go. Just don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything is okay. Silas now on the sideline. Hang on a second. Oh no, the level 6er of Silas comes through. You had a whole wave to stand behind, and you chose to stand there. The little green flog goes leapfrogging his way forwards, and XQW, I think, was afraid of the Talia ult coming forward, so Palkia will live. But the big loss is on dying and losing out on farm and XP. Is he going to be fine to pick up a wave? I think he will be just about fine. The wave control slightly in favor of EDG, and now you do have that threat potential of Xiaohao heading up here again. That's Xiaohao. Oh, knocked into the wall as XQW. Hook lands into YCX. Flashing forwards for the Q. And Palkia goes down way too far. XQW picks himself up another kill participation. 1-0-1. YCX claiming that first kill in the play topside. The lane swap should have been so good for EDG because of a couple of those stopped recalls. But they've just lacked a little bit on the execution. LGD have been given a freebie back into it. On Rumble, both farming up happily on the bot side. Oh, you know what I can do during the next break? Sam and I... What? No, some people who may look quite similar to Sam and I. Perhaps. God, who could those people be? We're in a Giant X video the other day, which has actually been very, very funny. Some content. And he's going to get blasted again. Jumping forwards, there's no flash on the Varus, and On is blasted. Yeah, Varus, hell of a strong champion. First picked here, as you'd expect him to be when he's available. We're getting so railed by LGD after Arn positioned very poorly onto that one wave, lost his flash and his life. The only champion is Shogat, of course. Grub started up, first one taken by LGD, second one taken. Climate doesn't need to stick around for third one, got 2 already. EDG, what is happening? Mommy, this is a 7-1 team. Trundle is right there. Yes, Trundle chomps as well, but I feel like the Trundle... Okay, no, in fairness, the Trundle chomp is very, very satisfying. Okay, folks, I actually want to know from you in chat, because there's way too many options for this. What do you think is the most satisfying, either sound effect or just general ability to use in the game? Because I think Arctic Up Varus auto attacks, very satisfying. I think the most satisfying one in the past... Old Talon Rake. For those who played back in like season 4, playing the original version of Talon, Talon's Rake, oh, the sound effect was just beautiful. Heartsteel is a very good option. Heartsteel's great. I think Trundle Chomp actually is there. It's a very kind of like, it's a very tactile chomp that... So satisfying. Vlad empowered Q? Yeah, Vlad empowered Q. I will say that is also not great for the other ones. I think Program Camille's Q2 is really nice. That has a really nice sound effect to it. I really like KDA Kaiser Q is nice. 7-1 team plays like this. This is Group Nirvana, Alden. So this is like our lower group of teams. And it is also worth noting they've already qualified for the play-in stage. They're, you know, they don't have the most incentive right now, right? They're not like backs against the wall, stuff like that. Draven when catching an axe, that's a good one. I also really like some of the Draven cash-ins are really, really nice. Like Draven Gladiator cash-in is really nice. Pike ult connecting on something like Project Pike is really, really nice. Project Mordekaiser Q. Oh, that thing's satisfying as hell. Zoe Q sounds great. Some Zoe Q sounds are really nice. I really like Pool Party Zoe Q. That's got a really nice sound effect to it. Oh, Zed ult pop. Of course, Zed ult pop. The splat is lovely. That shit's so cool. Dragon now spawning, LGD, EDG taking things slow, so we can talk about satisfying sound effects instead, just a little bit. Palkia has level 6, has flash. They catch up. YCX, can he get himself onto the 2 targets? Goes on to Xiaohao. Can they kill him before his ult comes off? Not quite. Great dash out from Xiaohao. How much more can he survive, though? Flashing forward is Sassy. He will get that Shins out, but how much will they take in return? They've channeled very deeply onto him, and they've lost their own jungler. Ornult comes back through. Who do they hit it onto? They hit it onto the Rumble, who has no flash. Can they get any kind of follow-up, though? No, not really. SQW. Now he finds his own way into the backline. Palkia, very low HP. SQW back on Fallen Angel. I don't know if we'll be seeing the pearly gates in this one. Flash away at a great knockup from ZDC. That might turn things back around. SQW getting more damage. Flashing over the wall. The Silas is going mental. Great fight from SQW as LGD clean up the fight. Currently, 2 for 1, I believe. 2 for 1. And SQW having a hell of a game on the Silas. Down 20 CS, but you wouldn't guess it. 204, 5 stacks on the Dark Seal. This Silas is getting massive value. Great jump forwards. I think Xiaohao did a great job of trying to buy time here. But the problem was he just took too much damage at the start of it. Not getting fantastic damage down on the Varus either. The fight gets very split. Palkia walks over the last bit of the equalizer, which I normally wouldn't suggest doing, folks. And despite the Ornult doing okay at forcing flashes and stuff, forcing a flash there, I suppose, I think it was. Maybe not, actually. Doesn't really get that much follow-up onto it. It's not the best Ornult ever. And then this series of plays is just ridiculous. SQW jumps back, jumps forward, gets the Q, realizes he has a kill angle, flashes over to finish off Angel. And now suddenly the Silas is a huge problem. He hasn't gone for the Rod of Ages. I would like to see him go towards a Rift Maker, actually. I think he might need that, the extra sticking power in a fight. But his early game power right now is disgustingly strong. I'll tell you what's also really satisfying. Some Vayne skins silver bolts are really, really satisfying to hit. Quinn Harrier proc, that's very satisfying as well. I really like Warden Quinn. Warden Quinn's a nice skin. Jack's old sound effect hitting towers was really, really cool. I don't like the new one as much. Oh, Sam's finally posted the clip, by the way, of T1. Not T1, IG. Slower game now, folks. Sorry, I was just reading some stuff. My brain checked out for just a second there. Brittle proc? Brittle proc is very satisfying. That's a really good option, actually. TPA Shen auto. Oh, yeah, I have to say, Shen is a surprisingly satisfying champion to play. If you get your dash, if you get the pull through of the sword on someone and start whacking them with the autos, very satisfying. That being said, it's not as satisfying as the old sound effect from Shen Q, which was really, really cool. The little like vorpal blades flying towards people. Also, I really thought that old Akali proccing the mark was really satisfying as well. Look, I don't miss old Akali that much, but that was very satisfying. Herald now started from LGD. They do have 2 grubs. It's a powerful Herald to use if they can get it. Do they have a good angle for a flash? Oh, hang on a second. Savior's Core has to cleanse and flash away. The equalizer is not fantastic, but the Ornult is interrupted by the stolen Shin Zero jumping into the backline. Cyclo going on to arm. That should be a very dead Varus. And indeed, it is. XQW goes down, though, and that silences a lot of their damage. What's the overall kill count? 3 for 2 EDG. Walk away with less members. LGD do the damage again. Savior, even though he's forced to cleanse and flash, can't be closed down. By the way, he's gone for the collector first item. Did not expect that through from the Sivir. Oh my god. Whoa, guys. I've been slow on the uptake here, folks. This is going to be a Poke Sivir build. Oh my god, is Poke Sivir back? Is Poke Sivir back? Cooldown boots, collector first. We're getting Poke Sivir. I didn't even know this was a thing anymore, folks. I thought this had been dead and buried. You know, the initial fight, we saw SQW cancel out the Ornn ultimate, which is really important to stop that follow-up. Angel does get YCX, but it means that Angel's not doing damage in the rest of the rest of the group. You know, I'm gonna go check up. So by the way, there's a really good site called One Tricks GG, which is really nice for it's really nice for checking out One Tricks builds. I just, has anyone been building it? I've not seen anyone building it on. Let me check DPM lol. Has anyone been building this? I have not seen Poke Sivir for a very long time. Sivir, who's building this? Who's building this thing? One Tricks. Let's go to One Tricks. Who's been playing this? Has anyone been playing this? There is a collector in here. Okay, it looks like it's been picking up. There are occasional games of it. Yeah, occasionally we see some coming through. Alright, so it's about the place. Collector first. See what it goes towards next. Probably the Flicker Blades. Outer turret goes down. But, of course, what this allows you to do is still keep being... You still allow yourself to be, you know, a crit scaler. Yeah, so you go Collector into Flicker Blades. That gives you really good Q uptime and Ricochet uptime. Then after that, I'll be interested to see what comes next. You do have the cooldown boots. The cooldown boots are the interesting thing for me, where you're going for a lot of Q spam. Dragon will be taken by LGD, and LGD are in a great spot. 1,000 gold ahead, 2 grubs. Use that Herald to take down mid lane turret. They're going to have Soul Point and Infernal Soul. And also that, if they get Infernal Soul for a more poke-oriented Sivir, that's huge. LGD. They are not favored in this matchup at all. Angel putting that ult forwards. Climber caught out of position. Does not have himself a flash. Does he need it though? As we get a double call of the Forge God. It's a whole pantheon of Forge Gods in here. 2 of them come down, and EDG have bitten off more than they can chew. Savior starting to rip through the DPS. Arn flashing away. Full kill count. 3 for 1. Sassy goes down. LGD find another great fight off of EDG starting the fight in the bot side river. In the far side jungle, rather. Thought they found a play. The call of the Forgery God coming out on tops of the original. Sylas, great value here. SQW has been monumental on this Sylas. LGD getting a ton of golden pocket. They find out the flashless Wukong. Gets a great cyclone through things. Palkia gets nothing done, and the call of the Forgery God blocks out the original. Someone make a copyright complaint because XQW has got a case for you. Fraud watch, but in a positive way. Didn't think we'd be saying that in League of Legends. Unflashing away too is a big problem. No flash on the Varus means he is so vulnerable. EDG, reminder folks, this team has only lost 3 games so far this split. It's in Group Nirvana, of course, it's against lower tier opposition, but only losing 3 games, 2 of them being in their 1 series loss to NIP, only losing a single game to TT outside of that, and they're hovering the build here. Collector into Flicker Blades, cooldown boots. It's a lot more about Q spam, a lot more about poke ability. We'll see what he goes towards next. He might go Lord Dominate's Regards for just pure armor pen, which will work better for Q spam. Infinity Edge is also fine if you do want to have more ricochet damage. EDZ trying to defend this outer turret, can get a knock up here, gets it onto the clone, nothing else. Jumping towards an SQW, here comes the call of Forge God again. SQW using this ultimate to block out and get some damage. Again, really good ult value for this Sylas. That Shinzo ultimate getting great value for XQW. That's calm now, sort of. Hang on a second. SQW, he's going to recall, try and teleport back in. What's he got completed? Is he going to have enough time to get himself another ultimate? Teleporting back in with the Rift Maker. YCX spotted out. Good damage onto him. That's just going to be the Nico dead. Is it an Intercarn? Oh, God, no. 1 dead. SQW.
Not going to be there for the engage. Atakan being pulled over now. It's EDG. I think this is their option. Okay, you're right. You take that one death. Let's see if they can get themselves that Atakan. That could be a huge comeback angle for them. And they do sort of need that right now. SQW on the flank. Will have his ult again. Flashing forward. Palkia getting himself a combo onto the Rumble. That's another one dead. SQW. What can he do on the flank now? Perhaps not enough. And the Atakan, why didn't you just let it reset? LGD, they tried to take it while it was low. They should have just let it go over. They have leashed it to the side of EDG. LGD lose the Atakan and lose 2 around that fight. That is a big mistake for them. EDG get a huge objective. The gold value from the XP and the adaptive force you get from the Atakan is a very large prize. LGD lose quite a lot around that Atakan. What is that? What? That is a very loud voice line. Thank you. Thank you, Wukong. Sorry, I was zoning out again. Just 1 second. I have to reply to a comment somewhere. I have to say, Chinese Rumble is one of my favorite voice. It's kind of distressing to hear the screams, but it is actually very funny. Dragon now spawning in 15 seconds. Would be soul for LGD. Perhaps they can brush that last loss under the carpet. They were to get this. By the way, Angel has gone for Shadow Flame second. He's not going towards Rylai. He's not going towards Leandra. He wants the burst damage. Particularly that finishing ability is nasty. YCX has flash, has ult. He didn't use either of them around the Atakan because he died, of course. What a good flank angle. See that? Hang on a second. SQW gets the call of the Forge God, trying to take that down lower and lower. YCX on a great angle. Equalizer's coming in as well. And YCX finds the 3-man ultimate, which might lead to the team fight win. 2 dead already. Nico's died in response, but I don't think that's really that important. Call of the Forge God. Pretty good from EDG, though. And Varus gets damage down. He's still alive until just now. And SQW, though, double kill. Doesn't get the triple, but will be so much of the damage. And he's not taken down. That despite the good call of the Forge God from his EDZ. It's Silas which wins the day. SQW winning the team fight and winning the Infernal Soul for LGD. I don't think ZDZ will live here either. Staying a little over long, he'll go down. LGD 2020 emote thrown up by Savior. But XQW, that's really the savior of that team fight. Dragon will go down. Infernal Soul for EDG. Now for LGD is EDG now on the ropes. They got a great win around the Atakan, but they can't make it a second one in a row around that important soul fight. This is the fight again. Call of the Forgery God pulled across the fights. Means that Nautilus can't stop anyone from getting into the play. Palkia is immediately removed from the fight. Xiaohao tries to be a temporary frontline, but he misjudges where SQW is going to be. SQW gets straight onto the Varus. SQW, what a fight from this man in the mid lane. His name translates to Little Green Frog. Looks like a big old toad here. Is that a positive thing? Oh, we'll call it a positive thing here. Big old roadblock in the backline there. And Savior has gone towards the Armor Pen build third. He's gone towards Lord Dominant's Regard, so he's actually quite pokey here, despite keeping up a crit build. I think EDG might have yeah, might be staring down only their 4th game loss in this split. Lost 2 games against NIP in their series loss to them. Was that last week? Not too long ago. Lost 1 game to TT. This would be only their 2nd game lost to someone not named NIP in this split so far. SQW. We got the Shinzo ult. They haven't finished him out just yet. Uses that just again just now. Death onto that Nico. Xiaohao doing okay into the backline, but the Infernal Soul is putting up a lot of damage. So close to killing that. Wukong but not able to do so. And the Equalizer comes back with Fire and Fury as Savior starts to rip Rocket with the Ricochet. Goes down after a triple kill. XQW pops the spell shield of Arn. Ends up being, what, a 4 for 2 On lives to tell the tale, but he's not exactly got anyone to say it to back home. They're all dead. You have to wait another half a minute until they respawn. LGD. They move towards the Baron. Smiting it early. Teleporting in is Sassy. He'll have enough damage coming through. The Bloodletters and the Leandries give him great damage over time, of course. Teleports in. LGD, they will be able to get themselves a 4-man Baron. I don't think they're willing to wait the 20 seconds it would take for Savior to come up. EDG, I think it now comes down to an Elder flip for yourselves. Can you win a fight around the Elder? If not, yeah, you lose. LGD get a pick off in this jungle, and they fight around these choke points. Normally I'd say, no, choke points against Varus, against Ornn, bad thing, but you have the Rumble on the way. And SQW taking the Shinzo ultimate has been so critical for them. Stacks up the Riftmaker. It survived such a long time. Protobelt's so out from a lot of the damage. Dashing about the place like a madman. Gets taken low, but doesn't die. SQW, massively my MVP of this game. Arrow does take a big shutdown onto Onn, which is nice for him, but he's just not able to safely deal the damage he needs to. 6,000 gold behind our EDG, Infernal Soul. You do have the Atakan. Does give them some extra bonus in terms of the XP. Shut up, Wukong. If EDG just had a little bit more gold, I can't help but feel like these fights would be favored towards them. The early game wasn't good enough. They were not good enough in the lane swap. SQW picking up a ton of kills early. 7-1 and 12. He's not gone for Rod of Ages. That's Protobelt instead of for his HP item, but that's been enough. Now he's himself, you know, the upgraded Merc Treads. He has Zhonya's. Angel's taking Objective Bounty on the other side. Has one grub to help him push towers. Objective Bounty secured for EDG. Gives him a little bit of gold back. Just a little bit. SCX forced to flash away. He's dead. That's a dead Nico. Not sure that's a particularly useful stopwatch there. He should have saved that. That's important because he won't be able to get himself something like a full Zhonya's for the Elder fight. He should have saved his flash and his ults and his Seekers. That's some important tools to use. Perhaps the pressure of the moment getting to him. LGD, you know, a team which is firmly mid-table here in Group Nirvana. Potentially taking a game off of one of our top dogs. ICX, you can't help but feel that's an important set of abilities used. The Flash and the Seeker's not going to be available for the next fight. Got caught by a long-range Varus arrow, stopped the recall. I don't think he realized quite how much follow-up was available on the other side. By the way, Savior has 4 items, including an Infinity Edge. So he's now able to be a poke bot and much more of a traditional AD carry. In terms of the DPS ripping through the team. Hang on, using the Protobelt to break the spell shield, and he misses the ult. By the way, there are some disconnects with the Sylas and the Ornn hitbox. This is why Knight in last finals around spring missed a ton of ults on Sylas when he was stealing the Ornn ult. The timing is a little bit strange with the character model. Jumping towards SQW. Knows there's not that much follow-up here. Equalizer into the choke point, trying to force back EDG. Folks, that's a lot used there, actually. They used the Equalizer. Just a minute until that dragon now spawning. Maybe if the Elder fight goes long, you'll be able to get that Equalizer back, especially with level 16 being hit. But these are important cooldowns to be being blown here by LGD. They're using them quite poorly. Dragon now spawning in 10 seconds. This is the most important part of the game for EDG. Can they find themselves a fight? SQW on the flank, level 16. 10-stack Medjais for move speed. Steals the Shinzo ultimate. EDG, they're going to try and catch out one side of the flank, and they indeed do, but the chain stops the dash forward from Xiaohao. Low HP is XQW. Xiaohao even lower. Equalizer's not bad. Cycling goes forward. Xiaohao is dead. No smite on the table now. That's already a huge win for LGD. SQW, can he find any extra damage? YCX finds stuff to engage forwards, and Savior flashing forwards. Looking to be the doom of EDG. A Boomerang Blade takes down one. It is going to be the full ace for LGD. I don't think they'll even need to get themselves the Elder. They're going to go push up the wave in the bot side. Looking at the death timers from EDG. 30 seconds on Xiaohao. Screw the Elder. Let's take the Nexus. EDG fought themselves into a playable position. But it's not that anymore. 24 stacks on the Dark Seal. LGD blasting through the early game and snowballing through the Silas to a victory. Savior on the Civet. 10-1 and 10 as well. His KDA is binary. And the answer to this game is pretty binary as well. Did they win the game? Yes. No. It's a yes. All right. LGD taking game 1 and EDG falling apart at the base defense, losing only their 4th individual game in Group Nirvana for Summer 2025. LGD, a solid showing from this Silas and Civet. To do with LPL, but who do you think will win the second match of DRX DK? I'm not as locked in on LPL, on LCK right now, so I can't tell you as much about that. Let's say this Gyros first.
敌军还有30秒到达战场，碾碎他们。
But from everything I know, DRX are not a good team, sadly. But DK are just, they are tragedy incarnate. You know? LCK has been very strange this split. We have had like the top 3 teams dunking on everyone else, but DK particularly have been. They are just tragic. I love DK, and I thought that they started this year so well, but they are just tragedy in the making. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you might be a DK fan, and they're clearly one of the best teams within the Rise group or whatever it's called. But it's a painful experience being a fan of Damwon right now. Oh, you're a DRX fan. Oh yeah, sorry. Not much else to say about that. Not much else to say about that. Let's get into our game now. EDG LGD. Finishing my ice cream in the background. Affectionately known as the Fries group to have. Good loyalty program there from YCX actually. Oof, nasty. We have a slight audio desync, so we're gonna have to go fix that again, folks. Sorry, it's happening quite a lot today. Not sure why. Okay, let's get ourselves back into this then. No panicking available. No panicking here. Ooh, good shotgun in the mid lane there. Double combo from Palkia. What are the big things we're looking out for in this game? Ooh, Jesus! Angel's destroying this mid lane matchup. Does have one last pick. Hang on a second, he could die here. It's level 3 though. Angel, threatening that passive. Jeez. Angel landing pretty much every skill on point besides that last one we saw on screen. Blocking the cannon kill. Nice. Undenied a cannon. Arn last year was so damn good. What has happened to him? I thought he was genuinely on my MVP shortlist for last year. That's how important he was on a lower tier Invictus Gaming team. I was with Vampire struggling quite a lot. And like teleport coming in from Sion, lane swap active. Palkia holding the wave. Xiaohao holding the wave on the other side. EDG holding waves across the map, actually. Now, this somewhat happened last game, where EDG committed to a lane swap. I think they got better initial wave positioning, and then they kind of threw it a little bit after that point. This is the kind of thing you want to... By the way, if you want to learn about, like, macro right now, this is one of the most important parts of the game to learn about. Because most games will have a lane swap in them. Pretty much every top team in the world will have lane swaps in them. And they will just get passive advantages because they are at the wave at the time they need to be to collect farm. They'll push out when they need to. They can punish the enemy team if they turn up a little bit too early or a little bit too late. Or a little bit too late, rather. Not too early is a little bit different on that one. Not really the case. But if they turn up too late to a wave, you can punish them. Sometimes get flashes, get chunks, stop them from farming. And it's quite hard to recover some of those XP and gold leads, actually. occasionally you will see some teams just stick in standard lanes because they know they're brutalizing and they just want a fist fight. But I think most top teams in the world will always swap if they can. On Palkia will get a decent shove in there. SQW taking a good chunk out of Angel for once. 10 CS down though as SQW despite his MVP last game. This could be a 3-game series, you know, folks. EDG are not an easy team to take down in Group Nevada. I'm landing a W just to run down the river. Taunt just hitting onto Angel as he steps for an extra auto attack. His best moment there, actually. Dragon started but not finished. LGD would really like an early Dragon. They would really like that. Level 6 to level 5. Sassy not fully pulling the full all-in. Anyone have any favorite memories of EDG or LGD? Reminder, folks, that these are two championship-winning LPL rosters in the past. EDG have won it great many times. How many times have EDG won it? You know what? I can go check. I can go check. What we think. This is what Leaguepedia is good for. Teams that are players by LPL titles. Where are you? Records, most championships. EDG 6 times. 6 times they have won the LPL. It's a hell of a lot of times, basically. Lots of pings around the map, fighting around top scuttle. Xiaohao would really like this, not able to get it. It's quite important that Dragon was pulled off of earlier. If EDG could have got that, it would have given them an extra kind of safety net versus LGD. Because you can avoid a couple of Dragons versus the Callista. If you get one. That one EDG team with Name has been one of my favorite teams of all time for a while. Oh man. I'm so sad that Name never really turned up to 2014 Worlds. Because he was so ahead of his time as an AD carry then. His ability to find a pocket of space in a team fight was pretty unrivaled at that point. But Worlds was not his time. Worlds was not great for him in 2014. And then Name retired, came back because he needed money, because he, yep. Because of reasons. Yep. Do people remember why Name came back, by the way? Basically, he had too many girlfriends. He needed money, basically. So the legend goes. Oh, God. So the legend goes. EDG, one of the most dominant teams in the early years of LPL because of Name, actually. Very macro-heavy team for back then. And then in Season 5, they picked up Pawn, who left from the Worlds-winning Samsung white roster. Sassy's roaming up towards this. CDC uses ult. He's not teleporting in. And they get on to the Kai'Sa. Cleanse, Flash. LGD pull out the big combo and doesn't really land that much. Rubs are resetting. That's a problem from LGD, actually. A lot of their ults are now down. It's kind of on Sassy, I suppose. Perhaps a big enough ultimate from the support. Palkia is not going that much value, though. Massive Impale into the Aurora ultimate. The Impale is not going to be enough. 2 down for the side of LGD. Just the one on EDG. They've lost their support. That's not the biggest person to lose either. Savior doesn't have that much mana. Sassy trying to clean up the fight. Will clean up on. Savior has a lot of stacks starting to come up from that Impale, from that Rend now. Trying to get just enough done. Wolfstad and can't pull them out. The damage onto the Scarlet just doesn't mean enough. Sassy gets another one. What a heroic team fight he's had. But will it be enough to escape? Angel has a red buff, no mana, but I don't think he'll need it. The slow and the passive will be enough. Loosely, I think it's a win for EDG, but it is a mess for them. LGD losing. Oh god, how many kills was it? Was that all of our kills actually? 4 for 3? A bloodbath, all in all. Skarner impaling everyone into the full combo from Aurora. Flash combo from Palkia. It's okay, but it does leave his AD carry out to dry a little bit. They don't get the full combo through. On gets the flash out of the Galio ult, and that's a lot of their big engage gone. Sion doesn't have his ultimate, thankfully, for LGD. That would have made things much more difficult for them. See that Sassy basically gets to stick around onto Arn, but Impale, Aurora ultimate, kind of goes wild here. I really like how Angel splits himself away from the team then. Gets red buff ticking onto multiple people. Quite valuable to get that, actually. Angel and Shao getting huge value. And Savior just not quite able to get the kill through. Can't get the Rend out before he gets wall stunned. Driven into the wall. Flash forward died. Sassy so nearly cleaning things up. Now, LGD are going to go towards the dragon now. It's a little bit of a later dragon, but it's important. Kalista getting dragons gives them a win condition. One of the reasons why I think a lot of players don't play the Kalista anymore, a lot of teams don't play Kalista anymore, is because they find it really difficult to take early dragons into, well, get the early dragons and make them into a win condition. Farmlon comes through again. Scion Ultimate is one of the coolest sounds in the game. Feiglinger! Yep, that's German Scion. Cowards! Feiglinger! Sassy, 3 kills. He's really trying his best, isn't he? And perhaps if the Ambassador gets really fed and can start consistently killing the carries, that's LGD's win condition. Might be their win condition. God, if LGD get a 2-0 over EDG, changes a lot of expectations in this group. We were wondering for a while if EDG would go undefeated. They went 10-0 in games. And they lost to TT in a single game, then lost to NIP in a series not too long after that. 3 kills to Angel on the other side, though. Some kind of caster curse. What are we? Some kind of suicide squad? Sassy. Pressing the S key in front of the bush there. ZDZ very happily taking the free chunk. It happens sometimes. What are we? Some kind of suicide squad? That was fantastic. Say that again. Oh, what a bad movie that was. The memes from it were pretty peak, but God, it was really quite bad. Say the memes. That's like the one meme that's good from it. I hear the new Fantastic Four movie isn't bad, it's just not selling very well because people are tired of MCU. What the hell, since when does Twitch region lock full HD video quality? Basically, it locks 1440p, which I stream in because I want to be the best quality LPL stream out there, because everyone else streams in 1080. But yeah, for some reason, like if you do want to watch in like full HD in 1440, you can go watch on YouTube as well. It's really stupid though, I agree. I think it's, you know, locking 1440p from a bunch of the world is really annoying. Herald in 2 minutes. 3 grubs for EDG. They get to cross-map more effectively if they want to. That could be a problem for LGD, actually. With 3 grubs, if LGD want to go towards later dragons, perhaps Aurora goes kill someone on the side lane and they start trading for 1.5 towers for a dragon. Like worst case scenario for LGD. Like worst case, I guess it's 2, but I think reasonably taking a tower and chunking out the inner turret in the time it takes to get for a dragon to die. That's the worry, isn't it? Typically with the Kalista, and particularly when you've got, you know, Kalista, Renata, Vi Galio flying into a fight too, you're playing around these very bursty aggressive combos which come online early in the game. I wouldn't say Vi Galio, I wouldn't say it scales poorly, but I don't think it's inherently a scaling culprit. Particularly when you're against stuff like Skarner, Sar, and Alistair. I think that it's quite easy for you to get separated from the rest of your follow-ups to that combo. Yeah, and also the other thing about Twitch is that it doesn't let you stream in 1080 and 1440 at the same time, probably because they just want to save on data. So I stream in 1440 instead of 1080, which I understand it is a negative for some people. I am really upset about that. However, it does allow us to have 1440, which is something which no one else is doing. Are they playing on the patch with AP Kalista? I believe so. Yes, we do have the, what is it, 20% AP ratio on Rend. Which applies when you really have the, what's it call it, the Rage Blade. It basically means that once you get through to your mid-levels of the game and you have Rage Blade, it's quite valuable at that point. Potential fight coming through. Savior. Oh, Palkia trying to flash predict. Savior might still go down. Low HP has the bailout running. All coming through. Ulted under the tower. And Besser over the top. Can Arn live? No, he can't. Can't even pull the ultimate. He dies quickly. Palkia, despite a strong combo, cannot kill off Savior. He might die now, though. No bailout for him this time. And it's currently a 1-4-2 as the tower goes down. SQW flashing out. EDG lose their bot lane, but take Savior on the other side. Angel still alive. Sassy out of gas, really. Doesn't have his ultimate. I wonder whether LGD can even go towards the dragon. I think, actually, EDG should be contesting for this still. I guess. No, on Xiaohao, too low HP. LGD walk away with their second dragon after a fight in the mid lane. Leaves them with slightly better HP bars and the extra member alive. I'll say, I don't think scaling matters if the combo works out and blows up one carry at the start, for sure. Which is why Palkia blowing his combo like this, it's actually a little bit of a mistake. Palkia was looking for the flash predict. Doesn't quite get it. So it splashes outwards, but it does look really cool. You know, if Palkia could CC Ambessa so she could follow and couldn't, she follow and couldn't follow up there, I think it's a very different fight, right? The cow thought too much? Yeah. A little bit. But sometimes the thinking makes you make really, really good plays. 4-0-1 now is this Aurora. 9 stacks on the Dark Seal. XQW missed the cannon. Yeah, I mean, he did still hit the cannon combo, didn't he, Palkia? It was actually a pretty good flash, because if Savior doesn't flash, as he did, still hits the knocker. Now, if he doesn't, well, you know, they'll hit him on the other side of the flash, most likely. It was a good prediction, yeah. And I have to say, I've really been enjoying watching Palkia. This guy has been really fun to watch. I think he's been a little bit off in the last couple of series, where he's been punished quite badly in EDG's lost games versus NIP, and versus the first game here as well. Herald's now started. LGD, can they land the big combo again? There's no Galio ultimate, which makes it much harder to follow up like that, but Vi into Ambessa will do just as fine. Does not have himself flashed this time. Handshake lands, Climber goes forward. That's not a bad Aurora ultimate. That's not even better, honestly, on the Renata. One goes down already. Aurora's dead. The Impale is good, but where is the extra damage? It all has to be on Arn, and I just don't think he has the damage just yet. The Aurora going down so easily has led EDG into the abyss. The Herald to escape is sadly going to, you know, it's going to save Xiaohao's life, but it's not going to get them a tower. The Herald secure, but used for very little. EDG losing a huge amount of fights. 3 for none around that Herald. We're now in position where LGD, you know, 1,000 gold ahead, taking the mid lane out of turret, even with no grubs. They have more than enough time to take that. LGD, significant advantage now. 6 kills for Sassy. This Ambessa is ready to completely dismantle EDG's comp. Handshake landed. Angel, he tried to, I mean, he got blasted. 4-man ultimate's not bad, but he just gets ulted down. I think that's really good decision-making coming through from Climber to say, look, the primary target is not actually the Calypso. They're not actually the Kai'Sa. Go towards the Aurora. They're the one with the 4 kills. Go towards them instead. I didn't quite realize what happened to Angel in that fight, actually. I missed a lot of the details of it. He was trying to make sure he could ult his way to safety. Sometimes if you get hit by something like the Vi ultimate, you can get pushed back into the Aurora ultimate and get out to safety sometimes. Good aggressive combo from LGD. I was wondering whether, again, it would run out of steam. 2 items on Sassy already. Jeez. That Ambessa is going to be very, very hard to deal with. EDG need to immediately CC that guy. But then again, kind of need to immediately CC someone like Savior as well. It's not like he's... Yeah, it's not like he's weak. I'm also hoping EDG scales and turns this into a fun game. Main reason I love Sion. It's true, Sion is very good at kind of taking you to the promised late game, despite being at a gold disadvantage. Sion is still Sion at the end of the day. If he gets enough value from his passive, he's a tank. He's still a tank. I've seen Sions be down 5,000 gold and still be the more useful champion in some cases. Quite hard to outvalue a 6-kill Ambessa, though, with a 2,000 gold lead at this point. Angel lost a lot of his Dark Seal stacks, of course, in the last play. That will not help him. Atacon spawned. Perhaps an Intercon angle. EDG played the Atacon better than LGD that last game. All in the bot lane. Good to see that SQW can still get side lane push. Not always the case when you start falling back. Once Vi has Black Cleaver, she'll start shredding so much armor. Well, she do be having it. And then if Vi goes into Ambessa, and the Vi shreds the armor for the Ambessa. Well, that's a recipe for not great things. Dragon has spawned. LGD would love to get themselves onto Hextech Soul Point. Hextech Soul, very much one of the strongest in the game. The AoE Chain Lightning stun is slow rather is really nasty. Teleport into this fight. EDG, I think they know that they can't give this up. Taking out the dragon pretty quickly. Climber's on a good flank. LGD, you should really be contesting for this heavier. It's going towards potentially a smite fight. It goes to the side of the Skarner. However, that is a magnificent ult into the backline. The Renata doing work, and the Ambessa doing more. Can they clean up the kills, though? No one on EDG has died just yet. Can they finish up anyone? Yes, they can. Arn goes down. A second one goes with it. There's no Baron to take if they do, but they do end up getting themselves enough kills to go towards potentially the Atacon on the other side of the map to go down. LGD can stop for the bot lane out turret. Losing the dragon is a big loss for the Kalista team. No early soul for them, but they do get a good bounty for it. They get a couple of kills. That'll be EDG's price. Teleport back in now. Aurora coming back in. Xiaohao. Does he have the Impale? No, he might just die. I mean, Sassy is so strong. Another kill comes in, and yes, Angel's teleported in, but what can he do now? He's going to have to wait until there's a recall coming through. He knows he can't hop that wall. If he goes into both solo lanes, he'll die. Kalista on top side, they'll be able to get themselves a huge petal advantage with the Atacon. Already got themselves good XP leads before this in mid lane and in top lane. They'll kill the Atacon now. LGD, how many feathers, not feathers, how many petals are they going to get total? A bunch of them. 26, 30 rather. 20 soul advantage. Climber tried to get in for the smite, couldn't really. But then the ults start coming back in. ZDZ ults backwards to try and buy some space and time, but they just can't do any damage on the retreat. This is the problem. Normally when you retreat like this, you also need to be doing decent damage, and they just can't. Arn has not been putting out enough damage on this Kai'Sa. Not able to really turn the tables of these fights. Turn the tides of these fights, rather. 3 Grogs will mean that EDG can get themselves to bot lane out of turret fairly effectively, I think. No, they can't. I thought another auto or two and that would have been done. Not to be the case. Xavier has a second item, by the way. A little stronger on 2 items is Kalista now than she was before because of the AP ratio on her rend, meaning that once you get 2 items, the Rage Blade actually does give you some extra damage onto your rend stacks, which is not insignificant, especially when you start stacking up so quickly. Hang on, stopping a recall from Palkia. Ah, that's a problem. Alcove Gaming has worked out very ineffectively for that cow. Yeah. They find the stake in the discount aisle. LGD walking up on bot side. You make more mistakes like that, you lose vision control. Because, of course, losing your support means you lose your warder and your D-warder. They come around, hang on, Impale onto the bottom of that turret. YCX, not really your first target you want. Does get the ultimate under the turret. Wow, that's an Ed Kai'Sa. Galio's coming down into the bot side. Sassy, does he die? No, not quite. Here comes the sign. He might be able to finish him off here, but no, not quite as well. Flashing forward, Sassy gets himself the healing, gets himself the shielding. There's so much survivability. Get absolutely season 2025. Sassy blasting his way through with the healing and will live somehow, some way. Savior pulls another target full of spears, pulls them down into the grave. LGD clean up on the bot side of the map. EDG do not know what hit them. A 7-1 team only losing 3 individual games. As Climber will miss the queue. LGD might hand them 2 extra losses on the same day. The cow will be left alive, but I don't think LGD care that too much about it. Impale almost a double. The ultimate missing from Sassy, but it doesn't matter. Quick kill onto the Renata. You can see that the Kalista just gets the free fire. So much damage from the Kalista. So much. And then the amount of Omnivamp, the amount of shielding coming in from the ambassador. That's just disgusting. Quite on the top side. Well, I mean, it is a Galio versus the Scion. This is not the quickest kill available, but I don't think he has enough to escape with, though. They'll delay long enough. Ballista will turn up, and that is a dead Scion. Now, that is a problem, because now you've lost your tank frontliner when Baron is spawned. Can you fight without your Scion? I don't think so. Flash ultimate available from Vi. They can stack up the Rend onto the Baron. EDG, they're trying to cross-map 50 seconds to kill the Dragon. I suppose that means that LGD will be behind in vision control towards that objective. EDG hoping that maybe they can take the Dragon, delay the game a little bit. Realistically, how much can they delay, though? Tower taken in bot side. Finally managed to take that bot lane out of turret. 30 seconds until Dragon comes up, and EDG, they need to back off because, well, yes, they have a little bit more vision control on this side of the map. The ultimates are still available from LGD. They didn't use them to kill the Scion. Some recalls coming through from LGD. Getting some extra wards for YCX, refreshing on the regular wards, getting some control wards as well. 10 seconds until Dragon comes up. It wouldn't be Soul for LGD. EDG don't have to fight this, and I'd imagine they won't, actually. Terminus built up for Savior. Oh, God. That's when things get rough. Regrubs. I think this should still be a dead turret. Should be. Aurora should be able to ignore the Galio a little bit now. Skarner coming up towards top side. That'll be taken. There's the Impale. Ooh, flash away. Wondering if you do it with the E instead. Didn't trust in it. Dragon taken. The Dragon for tower. Flash taken on top side. EDG is garbage. I mean, no. They are still 7-1. They've already qualified for the next stage. There is every chance that EDG have been taking it easy a bit in practice. Still a little disheartening to see them like this, though. LGD. Whoa, quad knockup. Here comes the Scion. Galio coming in to defend, though. And they might have just kept themselves into the death chamber. Vi and Bessa dead. Kai'Sa. LGD take the enemy engage and make it their own. You're not engaging onto us. We're engaging onto you. Mid lane inhibitor falls quick as you like. LGD quick slap back. I thought this might be a 2-0 to EDG given the standings, but not the case. LGD looking potentially to close out the series here and now. They have the Baron buff. There's no Kai'Sa. It is all on the Aurora to get some damage done. And I don't know if they've got what it takes to do that. One turret falls. Flash forwards. Xiao Hao damage coming down. Aurora damaged as well. And the Aurora ultimate does jack all. LGD with a surprise 2-0 upset against the 7-1 EDG will bring them down to earth. Nirvana gets scrappy.